The new federal reform, nicknamed the Big Beautiful Bill, is already transforming the educational landscape in the United States. Among its many consequences are the elimination of key loans and strict limits on financial aid, especially for those looking to pursue graduate studies.
Our DC Bureau reporter Laura Iglesias explains how these measures are already affecting students across the country.
I'm standing outside of the U.S. Capitol where this reform was passed. Now, many students that were aspiring to earn a master's or PhD degree are facing a new reality, more financial obstacles and less federal support to achieve their professional goals. One of the most controversial parts of the new law is the elimination of the federal Grad Plus loan, which for years helped low-income students cover the high cost of graduate education.
It's going to impact where a lot of students are not going to be able to afford a graduate program, especially those that come from low to middle income backgrounds, because of the eliminations of the Graduate Plus loan program. It's not going to be there.
For many students like Yasmin, a first-year law student, the new restrictions on scholarships and loans are forcing difficult decisions.
So without the scholarship that I currently have for the upcoming law school cycle, it would have made me reconsider going to law school or reconsider my options in affording law school. So without the Grad Plus loan, for a lot of students, it becomes a lot more difficult to afford higher education past an undergrad degree and mostly a professional degree like law school and medical school.
At private institutions like Georgetown University, the impact may be even more severe. Students from marginalized communities fear being left out.
Education easier to access and not harder to access. I generally do not support the Trump administration or the Big Beautiful Bill. And one of the things I think is really regrettable about it is the way that the lack of federal funding now for student scholarships for master's programs is going to be greatly limited. A lot of my peers are participating because of scholarships in the program that I'm currently in, and it makes me really sad to think that they're now going to be struggling even harder to be able to afford to come to Georgetown because of the changes.
Experts like Michelle Trochet say that the problem goes beyond just one loan. The new system redefines who can realistically afford to study.
The biggest, I think, major shift is who can afford to pay for college, right? If you don't have the money flat out, you don't have the scholarship, for many, loans was that additional option. Obviously, some people, they have family that can help them. They can help put themselves through school. But as you know, especially with our students at FIU.
Although the government claims that the new law aims to control student debt, more and more voices argue it's shutting the door on those who need it the most. With the new legislation fast approaching, thousands of students are facing an uncertain future. And for many, the dream of graduate school now seems out of reach. Reporting from outside the Capitol and for Caplin News, I'm Laura Iglesias.